when I was doing a session, my higher self came through with several people, and they said that the number 54362, and that's all they kept saying to me over and over and over and over again. What does that mean? They said I could get the right answer from the right person with the right vibration, and Mindy seems to have a really high vibration if she's talking directly to you. So what does that mean?
The download and information that came in, that person was trying to put into words, or they were trying to decipher the information, and that's how it came through them, as a number, but it's an energy document.
And 54362, and they said that they kept saying it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and it was two different individuals, and they said the exact same numbers. Why weren't they able to receive the information?
They can perceive the energy. All numbers, all colors, all things have their own meaning and vibration and frequency. It's all just frequency and light variation. And they perceive this information that is passed through you. But the only way they can consciously articulate that or put that into words with their conscious mind is through a series of numbers.
And for me, why don't I understand or recognize?
Because you are living that information, that light, that frequency. It is part of your being. They're only picking up on a piece of you.
Understood. So, could you elaborate on what that means for me? Because, I understand what you just said, but I figure somehow if the information has come to me, at least even in the way that they described it or the way that they could decipher it, that it was meant for me. Is that because they said it over and over and over again, and then two people said it, two different individuals brought it to me, which I know we're all one, but please.
So, there are a couple things. So, this is a piece of your conscious mind becoming aware that other people are being brought up and ascending to closer to where you are now. And as they become higher in frequency and vibration, you're starting to see other people on this planet are beginning to pick up on things now that they would not have otherwise been able to pick up on. And so it is important for a piece of you to be cognizant of this shift in the physical, to see it firsthand as confirmation that we are shifting, and that you're shifting, and that people around you are shifting, and you're helping people around you shift. It's important that you truly understand this and to see it in the physical. And that's why it's manifested for you at this time.
Those numbers. And what about, so does it have any, I hear so many things out of what you just said, and Mindy, do you mind me asking? You say that my energy is very high already, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And you say with the information that I'm giving out via either the book or the channelings that I'm posting or the poems that I'm posting, is this the information that's helping people rise in vibration, and I'm seeing that?
It all helps, and you've already received the information that's all of that is included in.
Yes. Will it help Mindy to read my book?
She will benefit.
So, as you're feeling me out, do you understand my frustration?
If everything was given to you right now,
Yes.
where would the fun be?
I know.
You know that each time you get a piece of this puzzle, you are happy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. We love you.
Thank you. I know I'm always asking questions, and
You have to remember that we will bring you the information that is most appropriate for you at the proper time. Sometimes you have to take a step in one direction before something else can happen. So know that things will be given to you at the best possible time. And you need to remember.
thank you very much.
As you continue to be in your purpose, you will find joys of abundance and ease and grace of movement fruitful in that. And that is confirmation, so you will know that you are doing the right thing at the right time.
Very good. Well, you know me, I can go on forever, but I'm not. You're going to get there really quickly. You're going to get to where you live, and you're going to be there in a count of 5, 4, 3, almost there, 2, just about there, and 1. And you're just arriving. Can you tell me where you are now? What are you seeing?
It's a planet. I'm above the planet.
Ah, beautiful.
It's dark, so either it's I'm on the dark side, like the nighttime side,
Mm-hmm.
or it's in a constant eclipse from something else, or there's not a sun close.
Ah, very good. So you're above a planet, and I want you to imagine that the windows open up all the way around on the ship, all the way around, and you can see 360 degrees. And as you're looking at the planet that you're above, which is your home, I want you to just look around and see what other objects. Are there any moons? Can you see where the closest star or light source is? Any of the above, and just tell me what you see as you look around all the way.
I wonder if it's actually, even though it's the size of a regular planet,
Mm-hmm.
there's almost like this huge, ginormous, crazy big other planet. So even though that's where I'm from,
Mm-hmm.
is the size of a normal planet, it's almost like a moon to something much bigger.
Ah, very good. Now, what does that one that's much bigger look like?
It looks like it must be a gas giant planet.
And does it have any colors or? How would you describe a gas giant from what you're seeing?
It has stripes. There's some red in there.
Wow, beautiful. Well, we're going to focus on the planet that you're from, and we'll get to that other planet later, or the moon that you're possibly on. And I want you to go how you would normally go in that ship onto the planet that you say is your home. And the ship begins to move, and tell me where it's taking you.
And just step out onto the surface of the planet.
Oh, very good. And so you've already landed on...
Yeah, it's really rocky.
Okay.
Like almost the... Well, it's really rocky. But then the color of the rocks is like a black, like black tourmaline or something like that. It's just
totally
dark.
Mm-hmm.
Dark rock.
And when you were way up, could you see any light sources on the surface at all?
No, I was just looking at the planet.
Okay, and now that you're down on the planet, and so at first I just want you to...
I do see
very
something
good.
in the distance.
What do you see in the distance?
So I'm not right up next to it, but
Understood.
It's almost on the horizon. There's a... focus.
Well, actually, let's move forward from a safe distance, and you're going to feel yourself moving forward so you can get a really good picture and a good description of what it is. And you were there. What are you looking at there?
It's almost like it's a structure that's been there crazy amount of long time.
Okay.
And it's, I would almost call it monolithic size. And it's almost these pyramid-shaped, almost pyramids, tall. They're not short pyramids. They're very tall, skinny pyramids. And they almost lean in and curve in around a central point. And they are, the front of them, the stone or material, is lit up from whatever's in the center of that area.
Oh, beautiful. So it's pretty beautiful to look at, huh?
It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, wow. And does it look like there's an entrance into this place?
Now I realize it's the pyramid things. It's a complete circle, and they bend in towards the middle. And you can just walk on the ground because they're not connected. They're spaced out evenly from each other. So you can just walk in through between the columns of pyramids
very
towards
good.
the center. And
are you going? Go ahead and let's do so.
The pyramids are made out of a different material than the rest of the planet. The rest of the planet, the rock had a sheen to it, very shiny.
Yes.
And what the pyramids are, what you would consider a stone. They are not shiny. They are opaque. And so it was put there.
Understood.
With purpose. So if you were to walk towards the center, because there's a light in the center, and I want to figure out what that is.
Well, let's go ahead and go toward the center. You are protected. You're just there to observe, and
it's a model. It's a model of. It's a projection model of.
Like a holograph?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where the light's coming from, and it's huge because this is a huge area that I've walked into, but it's up several stories off the ground, and you can look up at it, and it's taking up this area in between all the columns, and that's what the light is being shown onto the columns.
Amazing.
And it's there's nobody else here, but the hologram is turned on, and you can look at it, but I don't see anybody else here. It's just me, I think.
And what is a holographic projection of?
got the thought we're looking at Earth.
Oh, that's what you see in that hologram.
It must be, then it must be the Milky Way. The holograph of the Milky Way, if we're looking at Earth.
Very good. Very, very good. Now, can you turn around and still see your ship there?
No, my ship we parked that pretty far away.
Okay.
And what's interesting is the holograph or whatever, hologram, projection, we'll call it the projection.
Mm-hmm.
The projection is in reds, oranges, and yellows.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Reds, oranges, and yellows. Now, I think you need a guide to come through at this moment to give you a little information. And there's a person that's on that moon there, and I've heard of this moon before, and it's actually come up before, so I know that they're there. I just need you to look around at the pyramids made of stone. Can you see them?
Oh, sure, they're freaking huge, man.
Oh, okay. Now the one on your right. Can you see the one to your very right?
There's several. They're all around me, but yeah, I can look over to my right and see one.
Okay. Now one of them, if you look, there's a carving of a door, and it's in light, and it's just manifesting right there. And it's the shape of a door, but it looks like someone etched it out in light, and it's going to open, and someone's going to come out, and they're going to be the ones who can explain what you're looking at. And you just watch that door. Can you see the door yet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. And has the door opened yet?
Yeah.
And what color is the light coming out of that door?
It's white.
Oh, it's a beautiful white light. Is it bright?
Yeah.
It's very bright. Doesn't hurt your eyes though, does it?
No.
Very good. Now, one of your guides, they're going to come out and they're going to explain this. So just tell me who comes out.
I don't know how, because the door is my size, okay?
Okay.
So, and I'm, I can't be taller than 10 feet or something like that. I mean, I'm normal size.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, I don't know if this has to do with what we talked about earlier, but there is a giant that somehow fit themselves, I don't know if it's a boy or girl,
okay,
out of that door, and they're just hanging out. So I get a sense of their tallness, but I do not get a sense of their features. I just get a sense of they're way taller than I am.
Oh my. And can you greet this presence then?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely. Then go ahead and do so. And ask them, how shall you address them? Or what is their name?
I got the thought he with a capital H.
Oh, very good. And can you ask he, could he please shrink himself down so he may speak to you face to face and be a little bit more comfortable?
So there's just too much energy.
Ah, very good. And so I'm going to ask you to do something that might sound a little strange. I want you to just float up in the air, weightless, and just float up closer to where their face, or where you could speak into, sort of like face to face. And tell me when you're up there.
Okay, I'm up.
Oh, very good. And how does that feel to be weightless?
Oh, fine.
Oh, very good. And just while you're there, I want you to look back down at the pyramid and the galaxy and everything. How does that look from this angle?
Oh, it's so big. We're still both inside in between all the pyramid columns.
Oh, excellent. Now, this being, you've greeted them?
Yeah.
And can you ask them, what is this place called? Or where are you?
Just says the center.
Ah, the center. And ask them, is the why is at the center? What does the hologram of the Milky Way? What's the significance of that?
said this is where they plan to be incarnated on Earth.
Oh, so is this 5D Earth and above?
The planet I'm standing on or floating above currently is not Earth at all.
Understood. And what about the hologram, though, where you say you were looking at the Earth?
There are many sections of the Earth that are existing in various dimensions simultaneously.
Understood. And so when they say that this is where people will reincarnate or incarnate, he said incarnate.
This is the planning before incarnation.
The planet or planning?
Planning.
Oh, okay. So, and which incarnation would this place be? Futuristic to where you are now?
Time is relative.
And that's understood. But right now, you're focused in the third dimension in a linear time frame. And so when they say they're planning means that at one point the plans will be complete and then something should be able to happen. So putting it in that perspective, what does he mean by this is the planning space for, for the incarnation of the people from planet Earth?
There was a large group of people that were on that planet, the one that I'm above right now.
Okay.
And they all decided to become incarnated on Earth. And that's why nobody's here. It's because they all left this place to go be incarnated on Earth. That's why they were all looking at Earth.
Oh, very good. And are you one of those who?
Yes.
And is Hank one as well?
Yes.
And is Nate one as well?
No.
Nate is not. Very good. So is this you say there's any red pyramids on that planet? Do you see any red ones?
I only see what's below me right now,
Okay.
around me.
Very good. And so you are and I are from that planet. And how old is that planet there?
Around a long time.
And we all decided to go to the Earth to do...
We're helping right now.
Are we helping Earth in its vibrational shift? Or?
Yes.
Very good. And so that means when I was doing a session, my higher self came through with several people, and they said that the number 54362, and that's all they kept saying to me over and over and over and over again. Could you, what does that mean? They said I could get the right answer from the right person with the right vibration, and Mindy seems to have a really high vibration.
They were trying to decipher the information. And that's how it came through them, as a number. But it's an energy document.
And 54362, and they said that they kept saying it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and it was two different individuals, and they said the exact same numbers. Why weren't they able to receive the information?
They can perceive the energy. All numbers, all colors, all things have their own meaning and vibration and frequency. It's all just frequency and light variation. And they perceive this.
And if she's talking directly to you, so what does that mean?
the download of information that came in, that person was trying to put into words or information that is passed through you. But the only way they can consciously articulate that or put that into words with their conscious mind is through a series of numbers.
And for me, why don't I understand or recognize?
Because you are